Did you know that regular exercise and a balanced diet work hand in hand to improve overall health and fitness? Exercise helps to strengthen our muscles, improve cardiovascular health, boost metabolism, and increase energy levels. It also plays a key role in managing health, reducing the risk of chronic diseases, and enhancing mental well-being. When combined, nutrients or nutritious diet, exercise, it can help to maintain a healthy weight, support muscles recovery, and also promote overall well-being. Today, we are discussing exercise and diet as a preventive healthcare with a dietitian and a popular musician. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome, Mr. Aoku.
Thank you very much.
So how does exercise and nutrition work?
Okay, so good nutrition is very important. For us human beings or as a living organism, you need nutrients to survive. So it's the food that we eat that fuel our system so that you can go about with your everyday activities. You also need nutrition to be able to repair worn-out tissues. So day in, day out, there are tissues that wear off that the body needs to repair. You need good nutrition to be able to do that. So what happens is that when you eat, the body stores some of the nutrients, it stores some of the energy that you eat. So those stores need to be used before, as in, if you're not able to use those stores, what is going to happen is that the body will store them every day, and as it accumulates, it will increase your weight. Okay, so that's where exercise comes in. Exercise helps you burn the energy that you eat or the energy that you store. What happens is that when you increase your activity level, it helps you, how do I say it, like expend. You burn energy. So it's like energy in, energy out. So what you put in is supposed to be used. If you are not able to use those ones, what is going to happen is that the body will store it. And as it stores for several days, it affects your weight. Okay. So exercise and weight goes hand in hand. If you are not able to exercise, what is going to happen is that your stores, your fat stores, will not be able to use. Okay.
We always hear of calories. Now people are talking about calories everywhere. When we talk about calories, is it the food, is it water, is it drink? What is it about calories?
Okay, so calories are, in other ways, we say is energy. So what you eat, the body digests the food that you eat, and out of that we get energy. So we get calories from our carbohydrates, our fats, and protein. So if you look at, you classify our food into macronutrients and micronutrients. The macronutrients give us energy. And it's like putting fuel in your car. If you don't put petrol inside your petrol cannot move.
Your car will not move if you use...
Yes, okay. Your car will not move. So our calorie is our petrol. So
it's the fuel that... It's not only petrol that we use. You know, some people use fuel, diesel.
Yes.
Some people use gas.
Yes.
So the fuel in general is the what? The calories. That's what you are saying?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So that's what the car burns to be able to move.
Okay.
Get it? The same way our body burns energy to be able to go about our normal activities. So even when you are nodding your head like this, you are using energy.
Just nodding like this?
Yes. Your heart's beating, you are using energy.
Okay. So but you don't have control over the heartbeat?
Yes, you don't have control. But your heart needs that energy to be able to work.
Okay.
If you don't have energy, that means you can't do all those things.
Okay.
So you have something you call resting metabolic energy or...
Okay. Resting metabolic energy.
Yes. So
okay.
That is the energy the body uses when you are at rest. So if you are resting, you're not doing any work, your body uses energy. The same way when you wake up and you go about your normal daily activities, that one too, the body uses energy.
But that energy might be more than the resting metabolic energy.
Yes, please. So let's say if you are a sedentary person, you don't move about a lot, but you eat a lot of energy or calorie. What it means is that the energy you have eaten, the body won't be able to use all. So the body will find ways of storing that energy. One thing about the body is that it doesn't waste energy. What you put in, the body will find ways of storing it because the body is trying to preserve energy for future use. That energy will be preserved.
Why will it be preserved?
So most of the time, the body stores it in our fat cells. So as the days go by, you'll be storing small amount of energy. The body converts the energy into fat. So you eat carbohydrates, you eat protein, you eat fat. Those are the nutrients.
The macronutrients that you have mentioned. Yes. Okay.
They give us energy. So when you eat them in excess, the body will store or convert it into fat and store it. It can store it in our muscles, it can store it in our liver. Okay. You can store it anywhere in our body. Even at your central parts, your abdominal section, you can store.
That place, we don't like it.
Yes. Because the fat there is more dangerous than the fat at the back. Yes.
So how can we take it to the back rather than the stomach? The central parts of the body.
Yes. Because studies have shown that if those who are having central obesity, they are at risk of cardiovascular diseases.
Central obesity?
Yes.
So even obesity has different positions. We have the word central.
Yes.
The what?
So we have, I would say the back.
The back?
Yes.
Back as in the back here?
No. Some people store fats around their hip section. Okay. And so others will store it in the abdominal section. Okay. So these parts, your truncal parts, you store fats there. It's like you look like an apple-shaped person. And that increases your risk of cardiovascular disease because this part is where you see all your vital organs, your heart, your liver, every organ is here. Okay. But if you store it at your hip section, it's like your back.
You're using it to cushion yourself, yes. Sitting down.
Yes. So I would say that's better than the central part. But obesity in general itself is not helpful because aside affecting your health, it can also affect you psychologically. So imagine you being heavy. But sometimes there's stigma attached.
Heavy, people like heavy, being heavy.
Yeah, people have, they like heavy. But there's some obesity. Yeah. When you see them, you start talking about them.
So like they create kind of, people just tend to look at them. That's what you're saying.
You yourself, sometimes if you are too
you don't feel confident.
You don't feel confident.
Right.
You won't like it. It affects us in so many ways. You want to talk about the side effects. So it can increase your risk of getting diabetes. The obesity has been linked to a lot of conditions. Almost every condition is linked to.
Every health condition, almost. So it means what we eat makes us.
Yes. Because we say that you are what you eat.
You are what you eat. Sometimes you are not what you eat. Some people look so slim, but they eat a lot.
So, eating, and that's where the eating and the exercise come in. Or eating and physical activity. Whatever you eat, you're supposed to use it. I use a car as an example. When you put the fuel in your car and the car stays at one place, the fuel will still be in it.
It will still be stuck in the fuel.
So those who are eating and they are still not gaining weight, what it means is that they are using the energy. It depends on your metabolic rate. Some people are able to burn more energy faster. Okay. Others are not able to burn more energy faster, especially if you are not muscular. Those who are fatty tend to gain more fat. If you are muscular, you tend to burn more fat. Okay. So what you put in, you're supposed to use it. If you don't use it, you store it as fat. Basically, that's how it is.
So, Mr. Awuku, you said fat stored in the tummy, and in the tummy is more riskier than that stored at the hip and then the back. The hip section and then the back. Oh, is it because of the organs that are found in the central part of the body?
Yes, so if you look at our body, the vital organs are around the central parts of, or the truncal part of our body.
The
Okay,
truncal
so
part.
when you store fat, it means that you are storing the fat around those organs.
Those organs, rather
yes.
than
Yes,
like
yes.
on this and beneath the skin.
Yes.
Wow, wow,
So
wow, wow.
what is
Just pause for me. Pause for me. It's getting interesting. On Zoom we have the music legend, the one and only Okyeame Kwame. This artist needs no introduction, as his songs have been touching hearts of millions of people. Okyeame, are you there? Hello, Okyeame Kwame.
Yes, please, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. His lifestyle and how he lives, his commitment to physical wellness and well-being, he's going to share with us, and he's going to mesmerize you. Okyeame,
Hey.
yes. I'm so excited that you have come on this program. You know, before you start, I want you to sing, oh, oh, oh,
Oh. Oh.
if I,
But,
oh, check,
oh.
good. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
In harmony.
I didn't get it though. I didn't get that. The network is not too good, but I will take it like that. You know, anytime is played at weddings, I just jump and I'm dancing. If, I don't know, maybe I'm an old timer because this is the song that touches me. Your songs, amongst all your songs.
You are not an old timer. As long as my song touches you, it means you are classy.
Whoa.
That's why.
Okay. Welcome, Okyeame.
Really for people like you.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. So as a musician, how do you live a healthy life? I can see you are so committed to your well-being.
Yes. So for me, thank you very much. For me, I have come to see that the most important thing for me, for my life, is my life.
Your life is your life.
My life is more important than anything on earth.
Right.
It's more important than my money. It's more important than my talent. It's more important than everything. And this little experience called life that is trapped in me, I have come to see that it for it to be throbbing, for it to be energetic, I need to focus on just a few things because God does the rest. I am not responsible for beating my heart, working my lungs, how my kidney works, how I don't contribute anything to it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I contribute to is what I consume. And that, in fact, just one thing, what I consume. And when I say what I consume, I mean television shows that I watch, food that I eat, and friends that I am with. All that is consumption.
Yeah.
And how I expel that energy, the excess I don't want, from my body. And that one is how I increase metabolism through working out, you know, how
what kind of exercises do you engage yourself in?
So I work out 10 hours a week, non-negotiable. 10 hours
10
I go to the gym.
10 hours a week?
Yes, so I go to the gym from Monday to Friday.
2 hours
in the
each.
morning.
Okay.
Yes, 2 hours from Monday to Friday. And then I also try to get in 15 kilometers of walking. And whilst I go to the gym, I work out my upper body, I work out my mid session, and I work out my thighs. Because it has been proven that people with stronger thighs tend to live longer.
Right.
You know, because the muscle in your thighs. Yes, stronger thighs, muscle in your thighs.
You are a dietitian. Is there any link between the thigh and longevity?
Okay, so for now, I've not seen...
Okyeame, please hold on from there. Just pause.
For now, I've not seen any research concluding on that. But what I would say is that, you know, if you have stronger thighs, it means that you've built muscles. Okay, and the muscles help you burn a lot of fat, as I said earlier on.
So you gain some strength on the thigh area, which helps you to burn some more fat.
Fats, because that's where you see most of the muscles.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because your thigh area has almost a lot of space for muscle development. And the muscle development aids in how your heart works, how your brain works, and how you digest your food and everything. So building muscle is very, very important. And also not leading a sedentary life. So when I wake up in the morning, even on weekends, if I don't go anywhere, I try my best to move, to get outside and walk for maybe 5 kilometers in my community. So because moving, we have been put here to move, to work, to use our hands, use our we are here to work.
We have been put on earth to move. So
To
move
move.
around.
Yeah, that's why we are here. But sometimes our brain is such an interesting organ that it tricks us to not want to let us do the things that we are supposed to do. So one key way of being healthy is also rising above your animalistic instincts that Buddha calls the monkey mind, and coming to a point where your body, your emotions, your brain all take they all take instructions from you.
Right.
And when you are in charge of your brain and you are in charge of your emotions and your body, then you can tell your body to move, to learn, to read, to go, to forgive, to do everything, and not your body telling you what to do. So I think this is how I stay healthy.
So do you check your BMI?
Yes, I do. I do.
How
I
do you
check.
do it?
So I go to Lancet, MDS Lancet, at least every quarter. I go to MDS Lancet every quarter. You know, I do my hepatitis B screening and vaccination with them. And let me say this, not just because I want to sell them. I'm not an ambassador, but I think they are the best. You know, they are the best.
Okyeame, you know that you like advertising for people. Good people
No,
do.
I'm not advertising. I'm just telling the truth. And
Okay.
their quality, quality index is 10/10.
Hey.
You know, so I go there to check not just my BMI, I check digestion, I check my minerals to find out how much vitamin D is in my system, how much magnesium do I have,
Hey.
my iron. I check K2 every 3 months.
Hey.
I go to the lab to check all these things every 3 months. One is because I am on a vegan diet, so I do not want to find out that I've become deficient in a mineral before I out. Exactly. So every 3 I check everything, including my weight and my everything.
But so, Mr. Labi Awuku.
Yes.
Can somebody just go and be checking the minerals? Is that not too stressful?
No, it's not stressful. As I said earlier on, you see, you need a nutrient to be able to survive. And you have to also make sure that at least every year you go and do medical checkup. And as part of the medical checkup, you have to check your minerals as well. So you have to check if it's calcium, magnesium, like he said, you have to check vitamin A, iron levels and all those things, because they are also very important. If you are deficient in any of those things, it will affect you. It can affect your life as well.
Okyeame, are you still with us?
I am here. Can you see me? I'm still here. I can hear you clearly.
So I want to also tell you from the discussion we had earlier that you can do your BMI at home, right? You can do your BMI, you can check your weight and then your height. And the height is usually constant for adults. And then you check your weight so that you don't have to go to Lancet to check your BMI.
I think that's
yes.
annual. He has been doing annually.
I have a scale in the bathroom that I stand on every morning.
Every morning?
You
don't give chance at all.
Because I love life. It they be here. I want to be here time. So I check. And plus, if you look at me, you see that I have very, very little fat on me. I'm just all muscle, And sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel very strong. The first thing that I do is check my weight, to find out what is happening. If it is not maybe stress, oxidated stress or something that I have, then I ask myself, what did I eat the night before or the day before? How late did I eat after I had eaten my supper? I come up with all those things. If it doesn't work, if I ate my last meal at 4 p.m. and I wake up in the morning at 6 and I don't feel good, I'll call my doctor or go to Lancet to go and find out what's happening inside me. I love this. I'm not.
So, Okyeame, you look younger.
Thank you.
Ever since I met, or I saw Okyeame, the other time I saw you at a program at Moving Pick, and that was about 12 years ago. You look the same. Now you're looking the same. In Kumasi, Okyeame has been looking just the same. So what's your secret?
My secret is some of the ones that I show, but thank you. I think that the first one is mindfulness. Mindfulness, that a person who cannot forgive will die quickly. Because as we are in this earth, everybody that you meet will not do everything that you want. And so if you become offended quickly and you hold on to those offenses and you don't forgive, you'll be going through life carrying extra baggage. And having baggage on your mind, not forgiving people, causes oxidated stress. My brother will explain it to you better. So I think the first one is mindfulness. Right. And then the second is the diet, which is 80%. And then the third one is the exercise, is the movement, the carrying of things, because our bodies have been made like that. So I think that these are the three things that I do religiously to be able to stay young. And I also sleep. I'm telling you, unless you called me to come and take $1 million, I'm getting my 7 hours of sleep every day. Unless I have a performance, I am sleeping, because sleep is very important for my body to heal, for my body to detox and stuff like that. Right. And in terms of food, another thing that keeps me young is that I eat a healthy, whole foods, plant-based diet. I try to make sure it is organic, so I eat a whole food, plant-based diet.
How do you check whether it's organic or not?
Also, I go to the places like KNUST Farm or Legon Farms, where I trust that if they say they are making organic food, it's organic. When I'm here in Accra, I would rather buy my lettuce and stuff from Esroho, from Biponoso, where they say it's organic. So I try my best, and then I get my food from sources that I know the owners, that I trust, that they have values and ethics, So if they say it's organic, I try my best, and I wash them thoroughly. I wash my greens and stuff in salt, and in And then another thing is that I also plant a lot of the things in my backyard, my tomatoes.
So you have a backyard garden?
Yes, I have a backyard garden, for my bitter leaves and stuff like that. The juices that I do in the morning, kale and celery, stuff like that. I have a backyard garden that I plant myself, So
that's one you can trust of the organic state of it, right? You know that yes. You did it yourself. So is it for the whole family or for yourself alone?
So for I am the only vegan in my family, but some of my family members, i.e. My children, some of them are pescatarians, some of them are vegetarians, but I am purely vegan.
Why did you choose to? And at what point did you decide to go vegan?
I became a vegetarian about 8 years ago. Based on when I turned 40. So I have about 2 months more to turn 49. So about almost 9 years ago. So
you are 49?
Yes, please.
Wow.
So when I turned 40, I didn't feel very well. So I had high cholesterol, which is the LDL, was very high. I started, doctors put me on a BP medication. So they put me on statin drugs for BP. I had chest pains, morning headaches for 10 years. I had an ulcer, which had stayed since I was 10 for 30 years. So on my journey to heal myself, because I was tired of taking medication,
Patience.
on
Okay.
heal myself, I realized that, okay, I need to take, as I'm growing, my metabolism is coming low. So I need to take out some of the tough stuff that my body finds difficult to break down. And so I put myself on a vegetarian diet, and I was just eating eggs and small fish. But still, my LDL, which is my bad cholesterol, was still very high. So 4 years ago, I read somewhere that if I took out the
The
eggs
fish.
and the shrimps from my diet. And lo and behold, when I took out the eggs and the shrimps from my diet, my LDL moved from 4.7 to 2.4 in 2 months. So I said, this is where I am staying. And plus,
Wow.
if you have done the research, you realize that the meat, high levels of meat intake and processed foods is the number one cause of cancer in women: breast cancer, colorectal cancer, brain fogs, Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, sexual malfunction in men, because those
Okyeame has
animals.
become a health professional now.
My life is more important to me than my money. It's more important
Exactly.
everything, so I put a considerable amount of time. As I learn how to do my work, I also learn how to live a healthy life. So when I realized that animal protein is good for some things, but it is not the best for aging people at my age, I just took it out of my diet and I focused on plant-based proteins like quinoa, like tofu, like tempeh, like soy, like lentils, like beans, like ashwagandha, hemp hearts, chia seeds, foods that were really high in oils, healthy oils, but would not clog my arteries. That also had a very low glycemic index. So I started paying attention to those foods, and I've never felt younger. Now I tell you, as I sit here, I feel like I was 24. I feel very strong.
See. So, Mr. Uku, what he's saying, what do you have for us, our viewers?
I think what he's doing very well.
He's doing
Because,
well.
yes, for all that he's saying, it looks like he has
Read a lot.
Yes, he has read a lot. He has learned a lot, and from his experience, is trying to change things.
Right.
Okay. So, looking at what he's saying, look at what I'm going to say. He has said a lot of the things that I'm going to say today, because he's practicing it, and it's very easy to say it when you're practicing it.
Yes, that's true.
Sometimes change is not that easy. So if you see people who are able to go through change and are able to talk about it, you have to appreciate them.
So we should stop eating meat. After 40, we shouldn't eat meat.
So the idea
it's difficult.
It's not everyone who can stop eating meat, or it's not everyone who's supposed to be a vegan.
Okay.
If you have some vegan who are maybe they are partial, they eat certain parts of animals. Okay, you can still eat your animal products and still eat well, instead of going totally on plant-based. By going on plant-based diet, it's also not bad. It's okay, because
completely.
Yes, you can do that, because you can get all your nutrients from plants. So if it's protein, it's vitamins, and minerals, the fats.
But that's expensive, or is it not expensive to be completely on plant-based?
It depends. It depends on where you are staying. It depends. So, but it's something that is good to do. Okay. But as I said earlier, it's not by force for everyone to do that. But if you're able to do that, that's fine.
So do you advise that we cut down on proteins after 40, or what do you, because it looks like all the risk factors you're talking about is related to protein intake?
So it's not directly, it's not only proteins.
Protein and fats, lipids.
So you're looking at saturated fats, processed foods. So your carbohydrates are processed, and they also increase your risk of these conditions. So you look at your carbohydrates, if they are not whole in nature, it can affect you.
Whole in nature means what?
It shouldn't be too processed.
So no, we shouldn't take in too much polished rice.
Polished rice, polish flour. You know wheat. You know the way wheat is.
Yeah.
We get flour from wheat. You can compare the two and see how processed wheat flour is. Okay. Sometimes if you are even cooking at home, you are preparing your light soup, for instance. You process them. You blend or you grind the thing and you sieve it. So you take some of the things out.
Yeah.
You extract juice. You leave the fiber and other things out. All those things are processing. You are preparing banku and you sieve your banku.
So we shouldn't be sieving.
Yes,
is that what you're
if
saying?
you sieve those things, it means that you are reducing the quality of the food you are eating. Okay.
But the fiber also doesn't make the texture nice.
Fiber is very, very
When
important.
you want to live long or you want to enjoy just starch in your system.
You see, fiber even helps you control your weight. It makes the food you eat bulky. So you end up eating less when there's a lot of fiber in your food. Fiber helps you control cholesterol because it binds to cholesterol. So when there's fiber in your intestine, it binds to cholesterol in your intestine. And you know your body doesn't have the capacity to absorb or digest fiber. So when you eat fiber, it comes out. So anything that binds to fiber goes out of the body. So fiber helps you reduce your cholesterol level, helps you reduce your weight. It helps you control your sugar. When your food is too refined, it affects your sugar level, it can affect your sugar levels. It also helps us control cancer, constipation. So fiber is very, very, very important, especially when it comes to your weight control.
Wow. Okyeame, are you there?
I'm here.
So I want to find out from what he's saying. Do you intentionally take whole foods?
Yes. The reason why I intend, so when I am eating on my plate, I want it to look like a rainbow. So I have yellow foods, red foods, greens, browns, reds, everything. Because I want to be as colorful as what's on my plate. And because of pesticides and weedicides and hormones that are injected into animals, the animals that we eat, and then after they give them the hormones, they now give them antibiotics to stop them from becoming too fat or too bulky.
Yeah.
Then I want that inside my body. So about 90% of the foods that I eat are not processed, as he's saying. And if it is processed, maybe about the only thing I eat which is processed is fortified oat milk, which also has B12 in it. Because if you are vegan, you need to make sure you are getting your B12. Otherwise, you could be deficient after 7 years. So which has been, apart from that, everything that I do, I want it fresh from the farm without animal products.
Wow. That's a lot of work.
But the most important thing in my life is my life. So why am I running around making performances, writing songs, going to school, and building
I hear
houses?
you are doing your PhD. Doctor in the making.
And building houses. And if I die at 60 of something of a preventable disease, how smart am I?
No.
I'm not smart. Exactly. So I put in like a considerable amount of time a day, every single day, researching on how I can be healthy for a long time.
Wow.
It is very, very important. It is more important to me than anything.
So periods or during festive seasons that you are so busy moving from one show to the other, program to the other, how do you manage that with your diet and that commitment to your wellness?
To be honest, when I go outside the house and I didn't take food, I didn't take lunch with me, I just eat gobe.
Gobe.
Yes,
yeah, because you have beans, which is plants. You have gari, which is a whole cassava. Oil.
You have oil, especially if it is palm kernel oil. Our society, for our culture, that is what grows within our environment. So our body knows it and can assimilate it properly. And then I just get my avocados my avocado for healthy fats, and then I'm good. I get all my 9
You
amino
get some
acids.
plantain, a little
I get
plantain.
it.
Well,
Exactly. For the plantain, lately, I want to rather get maybe bananas or roasted plantain with my gobe instead of the deep fried ones.
Okay.
Yes, because I usually don't know how long they have used the oil. If they use the oil a month ago, and how do I trust? How do I trust that
You
the
see,
strength is
we are not
still in
cautious
there?
about all these things. We don't even remember.
Exactly. So if when I get my gobe, it is very easy. 100 meters away, you can find someone selling, body ayatoton or cocoa, or I just put banana in it, and then usually I add white rice to it without the stew, because the combination of lentils or beans with white rice through complementation will give you all your 9 amino acids. I eat, I am good. And because I also try my best to work no matter what is happening in the evening. If I am not if I didn't work out in the morning, the evening I walk 15 minutes after my dinner. So I'm about to eat my dinner, immediately we are done talking, I'll go outside and walk. And it helps with the digestion. And even if I've eaten some nonsense, I know that then the next morning it will come out quickly and it will leave my system, because my system repels all types of nonsense.
So, some musicians taking drugs to perform.
Yes, it's
As you
true.
are committed to wellness, what advice would you give to them?
I will say that I will go back to my earlier statement where I said, take charge of your brain. It is not you. Take charge of your emotions. It is not you. Take charge of your body. It is not you. You are the net total of all these three things. That is why you can say that, let me go and think, which means there's something higher than the brain. That's why you can say, "Okyeame Kwame." So most of the musicians, young musicians, come. There are many factors why they take alcohol, which is also a drug, by the way. Why they take marijuana, which is very healthy, but instead of eating it or turning it into cream
Hair
for your.
fertilizer.
Exactly. They will put it in a paper, put fire on it, and just destroy their lungs. Usually when they are young and they are being ushered into the industry, some of them might have personality traits that do not make them bold yet. And then their managers and the seniors in the industry will tell them that, you know what, if you take alcohol, if you take maybe tramadol, or if you smoke this amount of marijuana, you are going to be able to lower your inhibitions. And once they have lowered their inhibitions, they go on stage and they can express themselves. And if the drugs increases expressionism, their audience are happy. Hey, Oba, Charlie, he
It
was
was
on fire.
high.
Exactly. Then it becomes a trend, and then it becomes a habit. And before you realize, it destroys you. So all that I would say is that do do not use any drug for do not become dependent on any drug for your performance, because it is like a tiger's baby. When you bring it home, it looks like a cat, but once it grows, it becomes a tiger, and then it eats you.
Yeah,
So don't
starts eating you.
any yes, don't listen to anybody that's advising you to start your career with drugs. And
So,
sometimes too,
right.
once you become an artist, and that God is really wonderful. Everything that God created is in waves, in synclines and anticlines. The mountains go up, some come down. As an artist, as a presenter, there are points where you are down, there are points where you are up.
Yeah.
Learn to accept that you are down, because that period where you are down, it's a great opportunity for you to record new content. It's a great opportunity for reflection. It's a great opportunity for you to assess your development. Because everything, whether it's a business, every single thing on earth goes up and comes down. So when you are down, do not think that you are out. It's a great opportunity to use your down moments to better yourself, to get better education, to learn a new instrument, to learn a new skill or something like that. And once a lot of people who do drugs, they do it because they feel low. That is why they want to be high. So enjoy your low moments. Don't run away from them.
Right.
Take your raw. Do not hide it under ram. So I don't
So
know
they should
what I
be
was saying.
real. Yeah.
Yes.
This is very good for the young ones, because
Yes.
if you'll be celebrating your 49th birthday and you're looking this way, it means that you are very committed to your wellness and your physical activities. So last question, which of your musics motivate you before we round up with the dietitian?
A lot of
No, one of them that motivates
one
you.
of them that motivates me.
Yeah.
Hey, wow. Wow. I think one of my most motivational songs is Woso.
Woso.
Woso
Komnigu. Woso.
Woso.
Give us a freestyle, 1 minute.
Wobɛkɔ Germany,
Aha.
Africa Schengen, wadamfo bi abɔ mmɔden atwa wo invitation, bank statement, watwa imitation, wobɛfa Berlin, Hamburg, wia wasi Norway, wokɔduru German number, broni bi si
No
Norway.
way.
Where you go?
Woso.
Woso.
Oh, thank you so much, Okyeame Kwame. But why is it your motivational song?
Because I wrote that song when I was really down.
You're down, okay. It's okay for me. I think it's enough for me.
Exactly.
I think it's enough for me. Thank you.
Everyone was down at the moment.
Yeah, thank you so much, Okyeame Kwame. Thank you for having time, spending all the time with us, even when we had to let you wait. We are so grateful to you. I'm sure we'll call you another time.
Yes. I will be. Now, I hope that next time I can be there in person so I can learn.
Yes. You're always welcome. For 1 minute, please tell us what we should do as for healthy living.
Okay, so healthy eating is very important to every one of us. Okay, we all have to eat well. We check on everything that we put in our mouth, because whatever you eat makes you.
Yeah.
Also, we have to make sure that we exercise regularly. It is recommended that we exercise between 150 minutes every week. So if you are not able to meet that, you should be able to increase your physical activity. If you are at the workplace, take time to walk around. Use the stairs. Don't always use
the elevators.
And all those things.
Okay.
And also do certain things at home.
At home.
Support
we should be active in general. We should be active.
Very important.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick Labi Awuku, who works at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. So in Consulting Room 5, we help you remember the importance of prioritizing our health and well-being. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Let's commit to making time for regular exercise and fitness routines to nurture our bodies and minds. Stay inspired and always strive for a healthier you. Have a blessed time. Bye.